In Lahore, it's one of the most important days in Saeem Mumtaz's life. 18-year-old Saeem is battling a mysterious condition that has caused his head to grow out of control. It's a potentially life-threatening condition, as Saeem worries his neck might snap from the increasing weight of his head. Today, for the first time, he's to be examined by a team of medical experts.
It's a big and wonderful day for us. All the senior doctors at the hospital will see Saeem today. They will examine him with their big machines. God will guide us today.
Dr. Kirk is a clinical geneticist from the Sydney Children's Hospital. He's arranged a series of tests to be conducted by the local medical team.
First, we will do X-ray cervical spine in standing position. So we are going to move him here.
Saeem's first test is a series of X-rays to investigate the abnormalities around his spine.
This is the first time that we'll have a chance to see inside, and it'll tell us something about the state of the bones, something about the degree of curvature of his spine, and whether there are bony abnormalities underlying that we can see.
The initial X-rays reveal that the large bump on Saeem's back is not a mass of bone affecting the spine. It's the spine itself. The severe curve is emphasized by a condensed mass of muscle tissue.
There is very significant bifasciculosis.
Yes.
The apex is actually threatening on the junction.
It is compressing Saeem's lungs.
He's also got a problem with his breathing because of the scoliosis, which I guess constricts his chest and makes it less freely movable than the chest ought to be.
A CT scan uses X-rays to produce a three-dimensional reconstruction that will clearly show how the growths on Saeem's skull have developed.
Oh, yeah, that is very much how he looks.
On the surface, Saeem resembles someone with Proteus syndrome, the same condition as Joseph Merrick, also known as the Elephant Man. But it's when the skin is stripped away by the scan that the difference becomes clear.
This is abnormal bone that's grown over the top.
Saeem's growths are remarkably symmetrical when compared with the asymmetry of Joseph Merrick's.
These are really not the radiological changes associated with Proteus syndrome, are they?
No, I don't think they're supportive of that.
So I think we can really rule out Proteus syndrome as a diagnosis in this man, can't we?
Dr. Kirk is finally able to confirm that Saeem does not have Proteus syndrome. But frustratingly, his condition doesn't seem to fit with any other overgrowth syndrome either. The CT scan next reveals some reassuring news for Saeem.
Just disregard all this around it.
Yeah.
This is normal.
Yes. It's essentially grown onto the outside of what would have otherwise been a relatively normal skull.
The white mass is the bony overgrowth around Saeem's skull. The black inside shows there is no abnormal growth within the skull, which means there is no current risk of brain damage.